Hello, Big here with some more Metal Gear Rising with Vengeance. This is Armstrong. He is the final boss in the game, and I found him to be a huge pain. I was doing so many strategies and thinking of so many ways on how I can get as many hits on him as possible, but in the end I just ended up hitting him as much as possible with that sword. That's the same sword that you take off Jetstream Sam when you defeat him, and doesn't it match the Inferno suit so well? Nice red sword, nice red suit, it looks absolutely awesome. So it comes down to a certain point where you bring it down his health, and it comes down to these cutscenes where you have to press the buttons at the right times. So this brings down his health by quite a lot, which is really helpful. And once you bring his health down more and more, he does jump away, he does different things. There's different kinds of little cutscenes that you have to play through. So at this point I've lost my sword, so I need to go and pick that back up, otherwise I'm just defending with my fists, which isn't the best idea. So he pulls off as many attacks as possible, and while he's doing that I need as much damage to him as possible to initiate the cutscenes, because the cutscenes bring down his health by quite a lot. So at this point he's chucking stuff at me, and I need to pull off a couple of blade mode slices, which is actually quite difficult in hard mode to pull off, because there's so much pressure on you, and if you miss it then you've just completely ruined it really. So you chuck him into the rubble, and then you carry on. So you notice I've got 180% of health. Along the way of playing the game I think I missed a couple of endurance packs, which I think I needed. Can't remember if that's the max amount of health or not. So it didn't really matter for this boss battle, because I aimed not to get hit at all, but at this point right here he does actually hit me, so it completely ruined that nice not being hit play, which is a bit of a pain, because I really did try for that. So here's another cutscene. My sword gets chucked away again, same position, because it's a cutscene, and he tries to pull off some wrestling moves, so I hit him hard. So you notice it's got plenty of health, so the health's not an issue for it. I just wanted to complete the boss battle as best as possible, and I don't think I lost any of my nano repair packs that I've got, so it didn't really matter about that. I didn't really empty my health bar. So when he's down regenerating, you've got to hit him as much as possible. That's probably my favourite move as well. It's just so cool how you stick the sword to your foot and you're just like slashing him as much as possible. I thought that was quite cool. So we're down to 110% health now. You notice I'm running around and hitting him as much as possible. And when he hits you, you've got to try and block it. And at that point I need to still hit him as much as possible. If you were doing heavy attacks on him, it would be harder for you to get away from his attacks, then he would have hit you a lot harder. So he goes up top again, and goes for the second round of chucking large amounts of rubble at me. So surely it's all stuck together with glue, surely. So you've got to slice these again. Don't get me wrong, blade mode's fantastic. It's amazing how they're chucking stuff at you and you have to be really quick to react. I love how that works. But that actually happens a third time in this, and I wasn't expecting there to be so much rubble, and it was quite difficult to do that bit. It's quite difficult indeed. So comes down to the next bit. He comes to attack me again. Another cutscene. There were so many cutscenes on this playthrough compared to a couple of playthroughs before this one, where I nearly got to the end, but then he killed me because I was being a bit careless and doing too many heavy attacks to try and take him out, which is a bit of a pain. So it's health down to 47%, getting really close. And the great thing about this boss battle is, it's what you would expect from Metal Gear Rising and the final boss battle. It's the kind of boss battle that I was expecting the whole time. For him to be really strong, and you have to do quite a lot to take him out. And you notice here he's down to like 50% health, and he's regenerating then as well. And while he's down on the floor, and he's just like, he's struggling. Gotta hit him as much as possible. 46% health now. You can see that when he regenerates, you have to hit him as fast as possible because you're going to struggle with it otherwise. So that's one of the attacks I hated the most as well. When he makes a wall of fire, it's just disappointing. If he does that in a small area and you can't move, then, you know, you're stuck really. You can't really do anything about it. So I found myself with this, hitting him as much as possible with the heavy attacks, especially as he was going to hit me with an attack that I could actually block or parry. This is the third time that he's done this now, and you'll see now how I struggled with this, because I think he chucks about 4 objects at you and I was only expecting 3. So he chucks the first one and it's a completely different position, so I have to slash that one, slash the second one, the third one I got, but then the fourth one came and I was like, oh no, but then I got hit, and you know, I stand corrected, I did lose one of my nano packs, so if you didn't have any health by that point you would have been screwed. This is the bit where, well, pretty much the end of the boss battle really. You take him out as much as you can. You got to really hit that analog stick to make sure that he doesn't do anything else to you. And then for the final bit, you got to use blade mode. Got to hit his hands to stop him hitting you. And then, you know, as any boss does, they always get careless. So I stab him. Nice. And that's it. That is the end of the boss battle. So, you know, that's pretty cool. He tries to attack once more, but, you know, Raiden being Raiden, he does stop him. So, that's the end of the boss battle, and that's the end of the game. But, you know, I'm still going to make a few videos on this. So expect some more content. So, thanks very much for watching. I'm Beagry, and that's Raiden. That's, unfortunately, the Senator. And this is where I slash his heart open. I like that. That's cool. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you soon.